So, today's little theme, etc., is that I've had a lot on my mind. Like, I've come to the conclusion that the letter that I want to write to my teachers, I want to basically review and go over the ways that I've learned and the ways that my experience has shaped my different understandings of life, and has changed me for maybe not even necessarily the better, but it's just something that I've experienced and something that I had to go through. So here I am experiencing it. And so I want to talk about, I guess this is a good way to do it. I might as well just do the video recording and then be able to, because this is kind of like the brainstorming part. So in a way, I kind of want to make this argument of like substance usage and turning to a substance is not uncommon in my modern world. It's not something that is unheard of, and it's not something that's necessarily looked down upon. It's very normalized in modern culture, especially for my generation. Furthermore, as someone who is of college age, it's not something that's uncommon at all. It's not something that's really even like completely discouraged. So what I'm saying is that in my scenario where I had the just really extreme timing kind of make everything line together in a way that was quite unfortunate, but it was kind of a situation that I felt like was one that I could take advantage of. And in my trying to do so while going through a hard time, it's a very difficult like balance that I was trying to find. And so with that being said, here I am, and it's basically almost a year later from the point that I basically put a halt to my experimentation with drugs and the impacts of isolation and in some ways infuriation and all the emotions, basically me testing a lot of things. And I have some like concluding things, like here I am as a person saying like I basically, honestly, one of the biggest things that have come out of this is that I believe in God. And that's fucking crazy because, like, excuse my language, but I was agnostic for about 7 years. And it's not saying that, like, I didn't believe in him before, but I felt like I didn't have enough proof to solely believe in him. Like, right now, I consider myself omnistic. I believe that's the correct verb or the correct adjective. But I consider myself omnistic because I have a belief that if that one deity exists, and it said a deity exists because of all the people that believed in him throughout history and things like that, then like why can't other ones? And I don't feel like I am closed-minded enough to feel like anyone should be restricted to one type of belief in one certain deity, because I see flaws in that religion. I really do. So with that being said, I've never so deeply and surely felt like I've seen proof of his existence until I went through the experiences I did. And it wasn't even the experiences while I was like on drugs. It was actually what happened after, where I continued to see signs of him around me, supporting me while I was going through something very, very difficult that was non-drug related and drug related. So with that being said, I felt like it would be really cool when I started this journey process, whatever you want to call it. I thought it would be really cool to be able to be someone who has the ability to testify as to like not being not being an experienced user of these substances, and not being someone who is really deep into this whole other world and culture that exists in the world and is very normalized, and be able to testify to it, meaning being from like the other side of the basically stereotype of advocates of drug usage. And I came out of it basically still going, I want to testify to what I think that are the positives of it, but also going, with all that being said, I feel like I've like learned some things about this substance and ways that I want to change the community and ways I want to change the world by my testimony, if anything. So at the end of the day, something that I know about myself, at the end of this journey, this stage of my life, something that I know about myself